Welcome to Monday Morning Express Season 3, where we're coming to you halfway between Durango and Silverton, Colorado.
Yeah, Dan, it's been a beautiful trip up here this morning from Durango as we've been on the Durango and Silverton, the 476, coming up here into the mountains. Cold day, but just absolutely beautiful here.
Yeah, what a thrill to be on this narrow gauge railway. The scenery is beautiful and the steam engine is fantastic. Well, we have a lot in store this season for you. Let's talk about a few of the things that we're looking forward to.
Yeah, you know, we started off in San Francisco. We went to Niles Canyon Railway. Chuck Sted took us down there, very nice of him. And we were able to see quite a few trains, especially the Kraus Mefe, which is being restored. And that is just absolutely stunning. We can't wait to show you that.
Yeah, we got to climb on some engines. We got to get in some passenger cars. We're getting a little spoiled this season.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course, we have some great layouts to show you, including one of the all-time great layouts, the model railroad by Malcolm Furlow, the San Juan Central, which is going to end up in a museum soon. We'll be talking about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're going to have a chance to visit with Charlie Getz.
Yeah, and we're also going to be visiting soundtracks. So we're going to bring that to you this season. We know last season actually we went to Microscale, and this time we're going to be at Soundtrack. So we're looking forward to that here in Durango, Colorado.
Yes. We have a How To With Hell section. That's going to be good. And we've been able to hang out with our buddy Jimmy Booth. So
yeah,
you know when that happens, it's going to be interesting.
Interesting is the key word. And finally, we got a behind-the-scenes look at the Union Pacific Big Boy as it's being restored in Cheyenne, Wyoming. So what a great season we have coming up.
A lot more treats besides that. Be sure to join us for each and every episode. We're excited to kick it all off here in Durango, Colorado. Back at the station. What a great day, Jimmy. Thanks so much for setting it up.
Oh, that was a great day for sure.
And we're going to be showing some photos. I think these two guys got in a little competition.
Only one of us has a camera left.
Jimmy, already you sent yours off and put it in a vault somewhere.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's a rare opportunity to be on these photo freights. This was the winter photo freight that the Durango and Silverton provides almost every year. Once in a while, they'll do a fall photo freight, but along with these photo freights, as you'll see in some of our photos, they have a night photo session. We have photo run-bys where we get off the train at famous locations and we shoot the train going across bridges and high lines. And so you'll see some spectacular shots and maybe even Roland to show you one of his.
And Jimmy, hey, I just want to say thanks again.
Yeah.
For that
welcome.
night photo shoot was unbelievable. First time I've ever done anything like that. And capturing that train at nighttime, the way they lit it up, even with you know, the props of individual conductors and everyone else standing still for us so that we can take some of those shots. Superb.
Yeah, it's like once in a lifetime opportunity, and so it's really special, and I'm glad you guys were able to make it.
It was great.
I know it's a little bit colder out here than you are in Florida.
Yeah, he still has his camera, but I think he lost his voice.
Yeah, I think so.
That's
I
right.
think so.
But back on that open gun, it got a little bit windy out there. Yeah, and at night too, like we were talking about.
But it was a good time had by all.
Real good, real good. Thanks again, we appreciate it.
All right,
We
guys.
enjoyed it. We did want to just say, like, if any of our viewers are interested in signing up for something like this, they do it once or twice a year. Did
Yeah,
you
just go
mention?
on their website, Durango and Silverton, and look for special events. And they have all kinds of special events, not only photo freights, but they have like wine train events and microbrew events. So it's a lot of good fun for everybody. And so take a look and have a good time on the narrow gauge railroad. And Durango is what's called always the railroad town. Everything about this town is joined up with the railroad.
And you're watching Monday Morning Express.
Welcome to Monday Morning Express, where it's obviously Monday evening. We're outside, but I feel like I need to use my inside voice because as we're showing you right now, this is a very special event here at the Durango and Silverton Railroad. This is a special night shoot. Very limited amount of photographers get to attend this. It only happens twice a year. And as you can see by my outfit, it's a little chilly here in February, but what a great event to be part of. We're going to be showing you some of the photos that Jimmy Booth and Roland have been taking tonight, as well as a little footage that Pat's getting. So we're continuing to have a great time here, and glad to be able to share a little bit of it with you. I gotta admit, I'm still a little cold just thinking about that night out there shooting. The temperature was dropping like a rock.
It's a good thing we're sitting in the AC right now. But
yeah.
But yes, it was. It was quite cold out there. So, hey, what happened to your mug, though? I see you.
This one's mine. I know.
Me too.
I thought we were gonna get our season 3 mugs in.
Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna make these Tervis mugs, which are
they'll be really
high-end,
nice.
very nice mugs, and we'll kind of just utilize that to be able to show where we've been during these seasons, because we get to take some really cool trips like we just took, and I think that would be cool to make a mug like that. So, we'll look forward to that.
Try getting that out, and we'll still be able to send some of those to the viewers who get on the show and whatnot.
Absolutely. But hey, getting back to why you were so cold, I don't get it, because this incredible night photo shoot, you left us early.
Yeah, that's because I think you had more adrenaline shooting with your awesome camera. I was trying to use my iPhone, which I did get some shots that I'm pretty proud of. But the thing is the guys there were very serious. So like when they see me with my iPhone and I didn't have a lens this long, they're like,
the boy with his toy.
Tell us how it felt though, shooting with a real camera. That must have been, I was a little jealous.
Let me tell you, after you left early, when Jimmy and I stood out there braving the cold weather, Dan, it was just fantastic.
Yeah.
I must say, ice was actually, even though it was outside in ice was flowing through my veins, because it was so cool being able to photograph the locos. And I tell you, just being in a scene like that, the later it got, the colder it got, the greater the adrenaline rushed, because as they had these locos out there, you had the steam just fading off into the night, shooting out from the engine. And as we take these long exposure photos, just spectacular. And I know we're seeing some of those images across the screen now. I'm no photographer.
You did okay.
Okay.
They look really good.
And it's only mine right now, but we're going to take a look at Jimmy's. And Jimmy's a good photographer. There's a reason why he's done this.
You're both great photographers. He's had a little more experience with this type of thing. This is your first time out there.
Yeah. So he's done it about 18 years.
Yeah.
So, and I don't blame him. I'd go back tomorrow and do it myself again. But it was just a spectacular scene there in the darkness of the night, and they had these special lights on the side of the train.
And even how the crew, they would pose, and they would have to hold that pose like perfectly still, because they knew guys were taking long exposures, right?
Right.
So.
No, very, very cool. So just some great stuff. They would put the train in different positions. They would take and put it on the turntable for us. And they would slowly turn that train, and so we could get different angles. And that was just fantastic. But for me, one of the best shots that I was able to take is when they backed it up into the roundhouse, and you could see a few of the trains just, I call it just peeking out, so to speak. They had the front of it lit, and it just looked really, really good.
Yeah, it's a great shot. Maybe that'll be on a calendar one day, a Monday Morning Express calendar.
Yeah, right? But what a great time we had doing that night photo shoot. So if you have an opportunity, You know,
I did, but I'm bringing my real camera next time. But for our viewers, if they have an opportunity.
and maybe some no-dose, so you don't have
Yeah.
to go to sleep so early.
I made
you
it
know?
almost to the end. It was just cold.
Almost. So, but they do. I think we said they did it twice a year, right?
Yeah,
They
but
do it-
limited tickets, so it's
Limited
still
tickets.
kind of like you're fortunate to even get access, because if there's too many people running around, it kind of ruins the event, because you want that perfect spot.
Yeah. And speaking of, it kind of like we're all excited about narrow gauge because, well, we got to ride it and experience it.
Painting around the real thing gets one pretty excited about the models.
So we just wanted to say we came back and we saw Jack at Division Point had a nice new project update. And so he has announced the K36s and K37s, which is just fine by me.
Yeah,
So in
beautiful
HON3,
logos.
yeah, so he's got, and we're going to show those on our site. If you go to the new brass section, of course, we've got reservations available now. 15 different versions that he's doing of these, mixing it up between the K36s and the K37s. Now, some of them come with the snow plows, some of them don't. I love the snow plow. It looks great on there. But also just different types of tenders. So some of them green boiler jackets, some of them not.
Right,
So,
and a few special sets?
yeah, special sets. Look in here, he's got a special collector set number 1, he calls it, and it's all 15 versions.
That's quite a set.
Quite a set.
Yeah.
So it comes in 2 walnut laser engraved boxes. So pretty special. He's only making 3 of those. We've got one of them, so we're going to have it for sale available. And then, of course, special collector set number 2, where Jack, what he did was he went and selected all of the green boiler versions. So there's 5 of those.
Very cool.
So we ordered 2 of those. He was only making 3. We've already sold 1, so we've got 1 left available for
So
sale.
they got to act quick if they want to get
act
one
now.
of those.
So, but these are some cool models, that we're looking forward to. He has word out there that he may be doing some more of the K27s, K28s.
Okay.
So look forward to that
All right,
too.
yeah, because it's been a long time since we've had any narrow gauge in HON3 at all.
Yeah.
And then not only did his previous run years ago run great, but I think you were telling me his data package actually came from PBL for these,
right from PBL. So we know that was
They're
a
going to
great
be rock
project.
solid. Yeah,
really
these are going to be beautiful models.
Really good.
So I'm excited about them.
Yeah, look good, run good. So we're looking forward to that. But also speaking of projects, when we were out at Niles Canyon Railway, we got
on the other side of the spectrum.
Yeah, right. A little warmer.
Yes.
We got to visit with Mr. Chuck Sted of Union Terminal Imports, and we got an update on the Kraus MFA project. And I must say, we're gonna head out there in just a second, but I must say when we were out there, just standing in front of these
Yeah, I'm getting spoiled
monsters.
getting updates while we're standing in front of these. I mean, it's a whole different
it's
level
great.
of cool. Yeah.
Well, take a look at the 9010 as we saw it. We've also ordered some extras of those, and we're sure you're going to be inspired just as we were.
Yeah, definitely want to order one of those as quick as possible.
Here in the yard, Chuck, I just want you to know I've been photographing all this stuff, and it looks really, really good.
You having a good time?
Oh, good time. Thanks for having us out here, by the way.
You're welcome.
And hey, look, sitting behind us, one of my favorites, the Kraus MFAs.
Yep.
Right? And this particular one, and I smell a little bit of paint.
Yeah.
Right?
You got beautiful, fresh SP.
Freshly painted, yeah.
Dark gray here.
Yeah.
Nice crisp lettering.
Yeah, it looks
And,
really good. I can you hear, what's that we hear in the wind there?
Oh, well, this, you're seeing in the picture a little bit of plastic.
Yeah.
So this model is just about ready to be packed in its box and shipped off to a collector. And
I feel like it's going to get hard to get in through the door, though.
I know you guys have the customer reservation on this
Yeah,
one.
right?
So we're going to be finishing the plastic wrapping later today, putting it in the box and shipping it off to you in Florida.
Via UPS.
Via UPS.
Very good, very good.
So we're bracketing
All right.
the Union Terminal Imports projects here. Dan and I talked about the articulated coach that's down the way, which was our first project.
Sure.
And then here we are
This is the
now
next
with
one
the
coming
latest
out.
one. Yeah.
And when can we expect these in?
I would say later in the year.
Okay.
The situation is the drawings have all been finalized with Seho.
Right.
And he started pilot model construction about 3 weeks ago.
Great.
That usually takes about 3 months, so we're looking at end of May when we get to see the pilot models, and he's going to deliver us a couple of them so we can show each of the versions.
Very cool.
And then once we approve the pilot models, we go into production, and that's usually another 4, 5, 6 months. So we're looking late fall, I would say.
Okay. And if you look on our website and you guys are are taking we're taking reservations still. There's 4 different versions of this particular model. Now, my favorite is this one, the 9010, of course, and it comes in a special presentation box.
Special presentation box.
Right, okay.
And we're keeping it top secret exactly what that presentation box is going to look like.
All right. So get your reservations in for those, because there's going to be a few of these beauties out there.
Yeah.
You know, I was just looking on their website here, and one of the things about this particular 9010 is that it's the last Southern Pacific diesel hydraulic locomotive.
That's my understanding.
Very nice. Boy, and they got it here for this.
Very special piece. And these guys, we have to give a lot of credit to Pacific Locomotive Association and Niles Canyon Railway.
Right.
They are doing a fantastic job on this, and it's a real labor of love, and they just recently got it running under its own power. And if you want more information about it, you can find a lot of information, and then they post updates regularly on the progress on the Niles Canyon Railway website.
Very nice. You know, I can't wait for this project to come in. So
yeah.
This is a nice one. We've done well with the cross mefes already. Got a lot of reservations out there, so we're looking for a few more.
So thank you for your support and all of the viewers. One of the things I want to point out that's very exciting for the modelers is if you look down the hood here, you can see those mesh grills in the frames that stand out from the car body side. And the models are going to reflect that level of detail. What we did in the past was etch into the best of our ability a representation of those details. On this model, Seho is going to take it to another level, and those grills are actually being built in full relief.
Wow.
So you'll have multiple layers coming out from the car side, and then the wire mesh inside of that, and they're going to look like what you're seeing here in the picture.
I love seeing the level of detail increase.
Yep,
That's great.
Seho. That's Seho commitment. He just wants to push it every time. Better.
Wow. Excellent.
During our break, we lost a great importer, and an importer who not only was passionate about what he built, but he did an amazing job of kind of taking these models and pushing them outside of the standard just the model railroaders or people who would normally be interested in them, and just expanding that audience for us.
Yeah, you know, Dan, we lost Mr. Gary Coase of Fine Art Models. What a great guy. His models, they're displayed in museums. Many prolific collectors throughout the world have a lot of his pieces. So what a just a genuine fella.
Yeah, and the guy's passion was clear. He even took, in St. Clair, Michigan, he took this old 1927 theater, he refurbished it, he was able to show off a lot of his models there, sometimes consignment pieces, and then he built that massive Titanic model that toured the world, and I think he raised like $5 million for charity with that thing. It was unbelievable, the detail in that. So that was displayed there, and just pretty neat guy.
Yeah, and of course, you know, he's had impact on our lives too. In more ways than one, because you remember the incident in New York City.
For the book, and
right?
That we had that Dreyfus Hudson out there.
Yeah, just sitting on the desk, and you pushed it off the desk. I mean, it fell off the desk.
That was a stressful day.
Yeah.
Like putting all those on those crazy shelves, and then that was sitting on the desk. Somehow it rolls off, it crunches.
Yeah, and so we have that story in our book.
Yeah.
But you know, Gary did, he came to the rescue, didn't he?
Here's what we don't have in the book. We get a call from the owner of that collection, one of the largest collections in the world. And he's like, hey, it's like I heard one of my trains fell. He says, but it's okay, because you're going to fix it, right? Or get me another one. And I'm like, yeah, of course. I mean, it was, so anyways, that model is impossible to find. We've yet to get another one through our doors, except now we own that particular piece. But Gary, I called him.
Right? Yeah.
He found the original tender shell from their prototype model, from their pilot model. It was factory painted. He was willing to send that to us at no charge. Then Hal Maynard, our buddy, you know, just all he had to do was change a road number on the back, like one digit, put that on that tender, and it was perfect, sent it back. Our customer and friend was happy. Yeah. So Gary bailed us out big time on that.
Classy move from a classy guy.
Yeah, definitely. Right? So I thought we'd close just with a little audio when we were doing the interviews for the book. It's just a little bit of this is in the book, but it's kind of neat to hear in his own words. You can feel that passion, his desire to make every model better than the last.
Yeah.
The objective is always to make the next model better than the last.
And that can be hard when you can continue to raise that bar, right?
It is, but you know what? You always find a way to do it. You always, after you get done and you think that's the best, you always find something you could have done better. So it's a never-ending process, I suppose.
And of course, the customer continues to benefit from that as well.
Oh, absolutely. Sure.
So what would you like people to know about your company?
Well, it's a company of integrity. We have no dealers, we have no distributors, never have, never will have. We've always had only one price for our models, and when an edition was sold out, it was never repeated for any reason. And consequently, I think it shows in our secondary market in which our models have a tendency not only to hold their price, but to escalate in value.
So we're standing here on the Harper observation car and the General Palmer, right?
Yeah, it was a private car for the Harpers.
Yeah.
And so it's somewhat like some of the cars that we rode on our trip.
And that was a great train ride.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Weather really held out really good
Wasn't that
for
nice?
us.
Yeah.
You want to know the problem with train rides? They make you want to do more.
Oh, yeah.
Again and again and again.
So let's talk a little bit about an opportunity a few of our viewers will have to join us and Jimmy and quite a few other people in the industry on a really special train ride. You want to tell them a little bit about it, Roland?
And sure enough, coming up on May 5th, Jimmy has said he will absolutely be there.
We're dragging them.
We're going to be down in Los Angeles, and we're going to be riding on the Overland Trail in the Silver Splendor. So we're looking for a one-day ride down to San Diego, maybe tour a couple of museums down there after we get off, and then coming on back in the evening. So just a beautiful trip that we're looking forward to. Hopefully we'll have some great weather too for that.
Yeah, and it's a rare opportunity for somebody to ride a private car.
Yes.
Because that's just a rare event. So it's really good that you guys could put that together.
Yeah, normally when I see them, it's like this. We're standing on one in a museum and kind of wishing we could ride it. So this will be an opportunity for us to all hop on board. In fact, we're going to go out back to our studio for a moment and talk just a little bit more about that trip with Boyd Reyes, who helped us also set that up. Thanks for joining us all the way from California, Boyd, just to talk about this amazing train trip we have coming up.
It's worth it. Yeah, it's going to be a great trip.
Yeah, we're so excited. Now, you've got a chance to ride on some of these cars in the past.
Oh, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what we can expect.
Well, it's like having your own car all to yourself. You know, when you pull into the station, people are just like, wow, I want to ride in that thing. It's like a limo showing up, and not very many people get the chance or the opportunity to ride in something like this. And I've always dreamed of it when I was first getting into trains. I go, wow, one day I'll get to ride something like that. And now I've been given them many trips and lots of opportunities to go on these things. I mean, it's kind of neat when you work on these things. A lot of car owners want me to go on their trains so I can model their trains. So it's I want to pass this experience to a lot more people when we go down to San Diego and to experience something. This trip is going to be nice.
Yeah, Roland, tell us about the itinerary
let's talk a little bit
bit.
about the trip. So first of all, it's on May 5th.
May 5th.
Right?
Yes.
So 2018, so we're looking forward to that. We're going to fit about 60 people on the two cars, so make it nice and comfortable for us, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to leave from Los Angeles Union
Station
in Los Angeles in the morning. We're going to arrive in San Diego, and then in the evening, I think it's about 6 p.m., we come back from San Diego back to LA, right?
Yes.
So that's a nice little trip on the rails there.
As you see, our trip, there's some segments that we follow right along the coast.
Oh, nice.
And that's a really heck of a view and stuff. But I don't know if too many of us are going to be looking out the window because we're going to have our own little party inside.
Yeah.
And we're going to have you guys
yeah.
and filming part of the episodes there.
That's right.
Yeah, people are like, we're here already?
Yeah. So that's going to be on season 4 of Monday Morning Express, we'll go ahead and share with our audience our train trip that we're going to have on May 5th. So that's kind of exciting too.
And a chance for these people to meet everybody that's been on the show, you know, and other painters and builders
you.
and stuff. Me, I'm going
In person.
I thought you had me strapped to the roof.
Come meet Boyd Reyes.
Yeah.
Right? So hey, listen, we've talked about too, though, that on the way down there and back, we're going to have some snacks, drinks, even on the way back, some dessert.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be provided, so it's going to be a nice little, maybe a little wine.
It's a nice day when you get down there. I think around 11:30.
Right.
You can venture out around town. There's harbor cruises. There's the Balboa Park, which has the Railroad Museum up there.
Right.
The Air and Space Museum. There's botanical gardens up there, and all kinds of other art
Mesa
exhibits.
Railroad Club, right?
Yes, the La Mesa Railroad Group. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's and lots of really neat restaurants, and you're right there by the Shoreline Village area for shopping and walking around with your families and stuff. And there is a harbor cruise too out there. So
Very nice.
there's a
So
lot of things.
to look
Tall
forward to,
ships,
right?
Yeah. And I hope excellent weather. It's
Yeah.
it's San Diego. You really can't lose with the weather over there. It's nice.
And not only that, obviously the train trip itself will be spectacular, but there's going to be just a wealth of knowledge about brass model trains on board. A number of the importers, some
Yeah.
prolific collectors, some people from Japan are coming over that have some really excellent knowledge all the way back to the early hand-builts. So just imagine riding on that train, soaking in stories of the early days of importing right up to what's going on now. It's going to be a great event. And we want our viewers to know that if you can't make it, we know it's very limited, but we're going to bring you some amazing footage of this in season 4, along with some of that knowledge that we're talking about that I can't wait to talk to these people about.
Yeah. I think this is going to be mind overload with everything going on, the views and the company that's going to be on board. It's going to be really, really nice to really show off a lot of this.
So listen, we've got just a few seats left, okay? So we're going to tell you if you want to give us a call at brasstrains.com, 352-292-4116. You can speak to myself, and we'll see if we've got anything left available. Or you can email us at mme@brasstrains.com, and we can let you know that. The price for a single ticket is $295. For 2 tickets, it's $495. So that's what we set. We'll send you out a flyer and everything if you would like to come on the trip with us. But again, we've only got just a couple of seats left. So as we expected, this thing's sold out pretty quick, which is nice.
Well, hey, Boyd, thanks so much for helping.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Use your contacts to set up this trip. We're just looking forward to it. We can't wait.
Let's do this more often.
All right, sounds good.
As you can see, it's the winter train. As we mentioned earlier, Roland kind of lost his voice a little bit. But what an episode.
Yeah, and it's starting to snow.
Yeah.
Look at this. Wow, in Durango, Colorado. Wow, it's been a great trip out here, Dan. We certainly have just had a wonderful time riding the train. Surely encourage our audience to, if you have an opportunity, come out and do that. We really enjoyed such a wonderful trip.
Yeah, we even have more to show you from our time here in Durango. Next week for our episode, we're going to go into the Roundhouse Museum. It's really quite a fascinating museum. There's a lot going on there. And then in episode 3, it's really exciting because we got some really unparalleled access into the working part of the museum where they maintain all these and even rebuild the actual steam engines that's used on this railroad.
Yeah, stuff most people probably have never even seen that we've been granted access to, which we're really grateful for. Also on next week's episode, we're going to begin our How To with Hal series. We're going to see about, lube and retubing of an engine. So quite fascinating little aspects of getting into those segments with Hal.
Yeah, a little different than how they do it here at the Roundhouse, but not as dissimilar as you would think with some of those things. And of course, we have an in-studio guest next week. Of course, you'll have to join us and tune in to find out who that is.
Yeah, I wonder who that is. Also, we're going to show you a little bit of our trip out to San Francisco and a project announcement from Mr. Chuck Sted, something you're not going to want to miss.
Yeah, it's unlike any other project announcement you've seen. You'll see why next week. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for joining us in Durango, Colorado on Monday Morning Express.